And new details after a standoff that led to a Nashville cop being shot and a 16-year-old killed. Police Chief Steve Anderson says his officers did everything possible to try to prevent a shootout. Because of national controversies over the use of force, Metro took the unusual step of releasing the debriefing interview with one of the officers involved. The chief says they did everything they could to bring the situation to a peaceful end.
Every effort was made to coax him into surrendering.
Police say this all started as a robbery investigation involving 16-year-old Xavier McDonald, who recently was released from the troubled Woodland Hills Youth Development Center. And the kid said that he wasn't going to go back. He shot and injured Officer John Downs before police returned fire and killed him. Another teen who police believe was also involved, 16-year-old Jerika Taylor, is under arrest. She's charged with aggravated robbery. Investigators are still searching for a third person involved. Steve?
Amy, thank you. We have an update now on a deadly shooting in the Antioch area. Metro Police found Philippe Hall dead inside a car near the Pinnacle Heights apartment complex on Baby Ruth Lane around 11:30 night before last. The 38-year-old was shot several times. Detectives say it was likely drug-related. Anyone with information should call Crime Stoppers at 7-4-CRIME. And a man remains on the run right now for allegedly shooting another guy in the face. Tullahoma police say this incident happened Sunday night when a robber demanded money from Cody Thomas and then shot him in the face when Thomas said no. Thomas went to a local hospital and then was transported up to Vanderbilt. If you have any information, contact the Tullahoma Police Department.
And Steve, some new information this morning about a Nashville mom who turned violent after she was told that she could not have her baby.
And this is an update now to a story that you may remember. We brought you this last week. News Channel 5's Cuthbert Langley at Metro Jail right now. And Cuthbert, this is where the lady went to the building and just started shooting, right?
Yeah, Steve, that's what police are telling us. We brought the story to you last Thursday and actually happened last Wednesday night. According to police, the woman was at the DCS building, which is just a few blocks away from where we are right now. She was told that she could not have custody of her baby. And that child was actually in the hospital currently. We don't know why, but once she was told that she would not have custody, that child would be placed into foster care. That's when she became quite aggressive, but she ended up leaving the DCS building. But police say she came back later that night, this time with a gun. This is 30-year-old Yolanda Trice. A witness reported to police that he heard multiple gunshots being fired at the building, and then he saw a woman walking away from that building wearing a white fur-lined winter jacket. Police were called to the scene, started investigating, and got a hunch that Trice may be the person behind this shooting. So they took surveillance video from the hospital where this baby was staying, and sure enough, they saw Trice leaving the hospital a few minutes before the shooting happened, wearing a white fur-lined winter jacket. So that's what led them to realizing it was this mother. She was arrested and charged with reckless endangerment. Luckily, nobody was injured. Very lucky situation, because get this, there were bullets or projectiles from the bullets lying just a few feet away from the employees inside of that building. And we did some digging this morning and actually found out that Trice has a history of aggravated child neglect and abuse charges, as well as a couple of assault charges as well. At last check, she is still here at the jail on a $25,000 bond. Reporting live at the Criminal Justice Center this morning, I'm Cuthbert Langley, News Channel 5 HD.
Thank you, Cuthbert. A woman already facing murder charges was arrested on drug charges in Rutherford County. WGNS radio reports that Jamie Fajardo was stopped on I-24 with $30,000 worth of marijuana. She and her passenger, 18-year-old Andre Williams, faced felony possession of marijuana and ecstasy charges. The 37-year-old was out on bond in Fulton County, Georgia for murder charges in May and drug charges in June of this year. Boy, food banks, you know, are busy this time of year, and some thieves almost kept some families from getting their food. Someone broke into the food bank's warehouse twice before Thanksgiving. They cleaned out half the hams and turkeys before returning 2 days later to finish the job. That put hundreds of food boxes in jeopardy, meant for needy families.
They knew exactly where to go, knew exactly what lockers to go into, knew exactly what to get. So they're going to be people who've been here before.
The food bank was given donations to replace what was taken, but they still aren't sure if it's going to be enough. The doors open at the food bank at 9 a.m. For more information on how to help, or if you need to report something about this case, head to newschannel5.com. A mother in labor was forced to give birth in a strip club parking lot in Nashville. The cab she was in on the way to the hospital when the driver had to pull over here at the Deja Vu strip club. Emergency crews arrived after she already gave birth, and we're told the mother and baby are both at St. Thomas Midtown Hospital, and they are healthy and happy.
After more than 6 decades in business, Dotson's family restaurant in Franklin is shutting its doors. The Tennessean reporting the sign on the door over the weekend read, "Due to greed and circumstances out of our control, Dotson's will close permanently," end of quote. Developer Preston Ingram bought that property earlier in the month for more than $300,000. He says greed was not a factor and that the property owners asked him about buying the building. Dotson's last day for business will be December 30th. A lot of people in Franklin bummed about that. All right, happening today, Tennessee Titans player Cody Sensabaugh is spending some time at the Ronald McDonald House here in Nashville for their holiday party. Other ex-NFL athletes will be joining him as well. Families staying at the Ronald McDonald House will get a $100 gift certificate. They can buy gear at Dick's Sporting Goods. That's nice. Things kick off at 5 o'clock tonight, so say hello to Cody and all the other players there.